Oh, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I know this is going to come as a shock, but a little bit of technical difficulty again. Anyway, sorry about that, Maggie. So just get this set up. Turn off my sound. Get my other camera going. I always, I often have technical difficulties. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Monday. Um, I'm starting off my week workout, especially after a lot of yard work yesterday. And I'm sore. I'm a little, yeah, did a lot of eating, a lot of lawn, we did neighbor's lawn. So I was doing over and it gets to you. So anyway, so today is going to be a really good core strength workout. So promise you, come back, don't run away, not get on the ground, do 300 punches. I promise. We're not doing sit-ups. We're going to do some easy to moderate moves, and we can make them a little bit. You can make them a little bit easier, you can make them more moderate, depending on the modifications I'm going to show you. But there's just some really good moves you can do literally anytime, anywhere. One exception, there's a resistance band that we'll incorporate, but even that you don't have to do. Okay, let's do a quick warm up. And by the way, I'm Sam. I am Fit at 55, and I'm your host for this sister. So today, again, we're going to focus on core strength because strong core. You have to have a strong core before you can have a strong core. Strong core leads to better balance, leads to better mobility, and ultimately, which is what we're all after, right? Okay, let's do a quick warm up. I want you to stand with your feet about hip width apart. Take a deep breath in. Roll your shoulders up, back, and out. And as you exhale, really pull your belly button in like you're pulling on a pair of jeans you're going to try on in a couple of years. You know what I mean? You get what I mean. So roll your shoulders up, deep breath in, and out, belly button in. Let's do it again. Inhale, just a nice deep breath in and a good shoulder stretch, kind of like a tooth fairy. And after my day yesterday, I don't know what feels better. Deep breath in or the shoulder roll. Let's do a couple more. Deep breath in and out. Belly button in. One more. Make it the best one. All right. Let's do some marching in place. So I know people here, but I have my adorable workout assistant with me, who is Maggie. And she is quite camera hot. She loves to photobomb. She loves to video bomb. I swear on my phone camera, I have more than I do my family, my friends, my vacations, pretty much anything else because she's just so adorable. How do you not take multiple pictures of an adorable pet? Anyway, I know I talk about my cat too much. I promise you, I'm not a crazy cat lady. She's just got that much personality. Okay, a few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next let's do some standing side bends. So again, feet about hip width apart. Just raise overhead with one arm, gently stretch to the opposite side. Nice deep stretch. And back to the center. Let's do another one. This also feels really good after my workout yesterday, my workout in the yard. We got a lot done. I swear, I love my house, being my own home. But boy, oh boy, sometimes I wish that I lived in a community where all that stuff for you. Probably my next house. Well, 3 things about my next house. 1, attached garage, full stop, drop the mic. Second thing, no basement, full stop. I don't know who invented basements, but I have just no use for them. Okay, this is the last one. Nice deep stretch, way overhead, And all right, the last thing we're going to do for a warm up is some hip circles. So hands on your hips, feet about hip width apart. We're just going to pretend like we're doing a really slow motion. Just make big wide circles with your hips. It's also really good for lower back pain if you, like many of us, suffer from that from time to time, whether or not you worked out in the yard yesterday. All right, let's reverse directions. A few more, and then we're going to get into the main workout. All right, are you ready? All right, let's move it. So first thing we're going to do is a standing knee lift with a core brace. Okay, that sounds complicated, but it's really not. Stand nice and straight, arms in front of you, and then one by one, we're just going to lift each knee up to our hands. And really feel like your core, your midsection, is what's pulling your leg up. So you will feel that pull, that nice pull in your core. And you can modify this to make it a little harder by slowing it down and pausing at the top. It's also a really good balance workout. And again, the key to balance is a nice strong core. If you need to hang on to something, no shame in that. It's the same workout. You're maybe just aiding your balance a little bit, but either way, nice strong core workout. Okay, next one. We're going to, it's very similar, but we're going to start with our arms extended to the side. Now we're going to reach over and tap across our body. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Again, make it feel like you want to feel like your core is what is pulling up your leg. Let's really get a nice little crunch at the end there. This move really works the front of your core and your obliques. Those are your side waist muscles that help rotate and stabilize. Okay, and a modification here, if you're not quite able to do this motion, just do a little lower maybe, or even just reach out and tap. Something like that. All right, next move is called a dead bug. We're going to do it. I'm going to show you two different ways you can do this, other than on the floor, which is how you would normally do it, but we're going to modify it. So I'm going to flip this over. You can see, because you want to be seated for this. So I'll show you two different ways you can do this. So in a chair, you're going to put your arms out in front, and then opposite arm, opposite leg. So you're going to lift your right knee up and your left arm up and back down and reverse. Again, really think about your core pulling up your leg. And the challenge here, while we're doing it seated, is to make sure that you're not leaning back like that when you're lifting your leg. The more you can keep a nice straight back and a nice straight line, the more we're forcing the core to do that work. And here she comes. All right, let's do a couple more, and then I'll show you how you can do that as well. You have a chair, or if you just don't want to do the chair, then this. So you'd stand again, arms straight up in front of you, and opposite leg, opposite arm. And you can Also, to use a chair or a wall or your desk for balance, perfectly fine. You can also modify it by hold a second or two at the top, engage your core, two months. Okay, next move. We're gonna do some side crunches. So you can do these seated if you'd like. I'm just gonna do them standing. But basically, you're gonna take your arms or your hands and clasp them behind your head. And one thing you want to avoid here is don't pull in your neck. As we're doing this, don't pull in your neck, don't pull in your head. We're just going to crunch to the side. You want to reach your elbow to your knee and really crunch, but do not pull your neck, your head. Don't want any ER visits at Move It Sister. And again, here we're really feeling that crunch in our core. You use your core muscles to pull that leg up. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is called a Palloff press. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You've got resistance bands. Well, as a matter of fact, let's just pause for a second. Take a sip of water. I'm a little out of breath. How about you? Okay. So back to the Palloff press. You can do this just with body weight, which is how I was going to do this today. I thought, no, my ladies want something a little more challenging. So I took my resistance band and I just shut it in the door. And you can do this. You can even do this with some weights if you like. This is the motion. I like the resistance bands because it really gets to the core of what we're trying to do here. And that is we're going to push in and out away from our chest. But the key is, the trick is, don't let your upper body move. So don't let it pull you this way. Don't go like this to overcompensate. We want to be nice and tall and straight, and just do this movement in and out away from our chest. So nice and tall and straight, but your legs straight, but your knees nice and loose. Let's work those knees. No light knees. Okay, and then to make it a more challenge, and do a split stance. Keep your weight evenly distributed between your legs. What do I mean by that? Don't lean back. Don't lean forward. Nice, evenly distributed. Then we're going to switch sides. So start with your feet straight. Run it up from here. This is why I really prefer to do these in my basement, but I still have not figured out the internet down there. It doesn't give a really strong signal, but when I try to do these YouTube lives down there, they don't come out right. So I don't know. I need an IT expert. Okay, so what's this? Doesn't matter which way. Nice, controlled, steady movement. Keep that weight evenly distributed. As I'm standing, take back. So just be very conscious of that. All right. No, that's not for you, baby. Okay. So that's it for the 5 moves. We're going to take a water break. All 5 again, and then we'll do a quick cool down. All right, let's grab some. Adjust this video a little bit. Oh, I just remembered I have one of those you put it in a stand and it like follows you. Forget what it's called. I just remembered I have one of those. I'm gonna have to use that next week. Okay, so are you ready to do round two? Let's. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna do that standing knee lift with the core brace. So hands out in front, feet about hip width apart. We're just going to, it's like a slow march in place with your hands in front of you. And really, again, really feel that. Make your core. Imagine that your core is what's pulling your knee up. And once you have that mindset, you really start to feel that nice pull in your abs. All right, let's do a couple more. All right. And if you want to challenge yourself, just pause it. You're doing these later on your own, like I know you will. You love these exercises so much. Just pause it up. It really helps to build those core muscles even more. Also, remember, it's a good balance workout. Okay, standing cross body knee tap. So this is where we're going. It's kind of the same concept. We're going to start with our arms out, stretched, and then side to side. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Really feel that core engagement. It is super, super hot here today. Got all kinds of heat wave warnings. So if you're in the part of the country where there are excessive heat readings, please be safe out there. Keep well hydrated and don't go outside unless you absolutely have to. Oh my gosh, my car is still in the shop because the air conditioning doesn't work. So I'm supposed to get it back Wednesday. It works this time. All right, you want to do some dead bugs? Let's do them so I don't have to mess up the camera. I'm just going to do them slowly. So again, arms out front and opposite arm, opposite leg. So your left knee goes up, your right arm goes up. And again, if you want to modify to challenge yourself a little more, just hold for a little second or two at the top. Let's do a few more. You can also do these seated, remember. They are probably a little more challenging seated because the tendency would be to kind of lean back as you pull your leg up. So when you're doing these later on in your own, try and seated. Okay, next up, what do we got? The side crunch. Um, so clasp your hands behind your head, elbow to knee. And remember, try not to look down on your head. Core, make your abs do the work. Maggie. Just too cute. Too cute for words. All right, a couple more. I'm not even trying to count because I'm terrible at counting, rep, time, whatever. I'm talking now, so I'm not even trying today. Okay, last thing is that calf press. So however you want to do it, resistance bands. And I don't know if I mentioned on the first one, you want to clasp your hands like this and always start chest high, out and back in. core, nice and tight and engaged. Everything straight, but don't tighten. Don't tighten your core, but don't tighten anything else. Make your knees loose. Split stance. Distribute your weight evenly. And let's switch sides. Grasp your hands, feet together, out and in. Okay, split stance. Distribute that weight evenly. So as you feel yourself rocking backward or forward, equilibrate, if that's a word. Make sure your weight is evenly balanced. Okay. Whew. I'm sweating. This is a good workout. Okay, water break, and we'll do a quick cool down. Okay, let's do some, I call them good mornings. So feet about hip width apart. We're just take our arms all the way overhead, hold for a second or two, and then back down. I call these good mornings because it's kind of like this lemon rising. Stretch, 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 and back down. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale, belly in. Another one, all the way up, stretch nice and tall, out, belly inward. Last one, take a nice deep breath in, hold, stretch, and back down, belly in. Okay, let's do some of those standing side stretches. So stay in the same stance, feet about apart, and just reach overhead, get a nice deep stretch, and switch sides. All right, last one, make it the best one. Nice deep, deep stretch. Okay, awesome work. Okay, last thing we're gonna do is a shoulder roll again. So nice, deep breath in, up and out, and really zip that belly button in. Couple more. Last one. All right, shake it out a little, grab some water. That is it for today's Move It Sister workout. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. I am feeling good. Feel like I'm working hard. And I am ready to rock my day. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Take care and have a great day. Bye.